It's July 6th, 2023, and you're watching the premiere episode of Russia Hates the Truth, a fact-focused current events program produced by the AFU's Territorial Defense Forces Media Studios in Kyiv. I'm Sergeant Sarah Ashton of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and I'm glad you're here with us. Today we'll cover various topics, including a Russian terror attack in Lviv, expectations for the NATO summit, why peace between Ukraine and Russia is futile right now, and where offensive operations currently stand. We lead, however, as we will every episode, with lies from the Russian Federation, their paid propagandists, and allies in the Kremlin-controlled media. This headline is from the Tsargrad website, Cannibals in London. Due to the war in Ukraine? This is not a tabloid article. It was presented as a factual byproduct of Russia's full-scale invasion. We researched the matter and not only found no cases of cannibalism in the UK since the article came out, but in the decade prior, we discovered that Russian authorities arrested at least 5 people for committing more than 30 cannibalistic murders in areas such as St. Petersburg, Vladivostok, and Krasnodar. I'm pretty certain the headline we saw is called deflection. Russia hates the truth, but they don't seem to mind cannibalism all that much. Next comes this clip from Julia Davis, the founder of Russian Media Monitor. As seen, Russian propagandist Sergei Mardan whines how the so-called effective Wagner mercenaries were being vilified within Russia when they were needed at the front again. The reality is different from what Mardan rambles about. President Zelensky confirmed to CNN that 21,000 Wagnerites were killed by ZSU forces in Ukraine, while those wearing the Wagner patch have admitted to gruesome crimes against Ukrainian civilians. Russia hates the truth, but no matter what is suggested, Wagner fighters are neither effective nor heroic. They are simply criminals in a gang. Now to news from Ukraine. Russian terrorism in Lviv led to at least 4 civilian deaths and almost 36 injuries last night. President Zelensky has promised the murderers a tangible response. Russia hates the truth, but there is no denying that Russia is a terrorist state. With the upcoming NATO summit less than a week away, Ukrainian officials are counting on positive decisions between the organization and Ukraine in Vilnius. The administration in Kyiv understands certain conditions for membership must be met, but it is clear that now is the time for concrete political steps by our allies to be taken to achieve this goal. The Kremlin will never dare to attack a country protected by the alliance. And so until the time comes for full membership, formal security guarantees must be agreed to. Ukraine in NATO is a net benefit for the world at large, as Ukraine brings a battle-hardened, victorious army to the eastern borders of Europe. Russia hates the truth, but they have done more to unite Europe and the world than any summit could have possibly achieved. The enemy has been floating the idea of negotiations. This is done to try and discredit us and our allies, and to buy themselves time to carry out further offensive actions against the people of Ukraine. Russia's peace suggestions are inadequate and laughable. They are terms of surrender. Regardless of their words, the enemy's main goals remain to destroy the Ukrainian state. They will fight as long as they are physically capable and cannot be trusted, only defeated. Russia hates the truth that the Ukrainian people, military leadership, and government officials, along with our allies around the globe, see through their lies, and that the armed forces of Ukraine are prepared to liberate all of the country and see a return to the nation's 1991 borders. Having regained almost 160 kilometers of land since the beginning of the summer, Ukrainian defense forces are moving forward in multiple directions, despite strong enemy resistance. This counteroffensive is different than Kharkiv and Kherson. It is more complicated and requires different effort and resources. We are only in stage 1 of the operation, with our main forces having yet to enter the battle. We, not the enemy, will decide every step of this war. Russia hates the truth that our allies are standing with us as the liberation of Ukraine continues, and continues on the terms and pace set forth by President Zelensky and our commanders in the ZSU. Now to the fireworks portion of our show. This comes from the 24th Brigade. Russia hates the truth that every day the ZSU destroys another part of their falling army. Thank you for joining us. Slava Ukraini, and may God bless our troops.